Hi, everybody. It is July 21, 2024. Thunder. It's here. Wow. I wonder if I bring it on. My live streams are so powerful that I bring on the thunder. I don't think so. Just kidding. But yeah, okay. As you see, nothing's here. I just have the computer. I have to transport 4 cats tonight. I'm waiting for the Delilah, the outdoor cat, and I am really anxious and nervous about bringing her. The subscriber here is disabled, so there's a lot that she can't do. And she has been taking care of this cat who has been outdoors for years. So with this move, obviously she doesn't, nor do I, want to just leave Delilah, who has befriended all of my cats. And I don't know how she's going to be. I don't know how she's going to be indoors. And I'm very nervous about it. I really hope that she's okay, because I can't take anymore. I'm as I've said before, I'm beyond stress. And this move, even though it's 10 minutes away, it's been incredibly stressful, kind of chaotic. You know, the subscriber has 4 cats. There's the outdoor cat. Then I have the 3, and just, yeah. For days they've been listening to the roofers up there putting the new roof on. So, as you know, a whole lot can make cats scared. And I don't want to, I have to tell you, I'm really tired of doing this. Really tired of doing this to the cats. And I'm in this position because of the cats. I would be living in my car. Absolutely 100%. Cats can't live in a car. So, and I love them. So I am really dealing with a lot of inner turmoil, a lot of stress that I just can't seem to escape. I do my best. I take a lot of deep breaths. I keep going, I keep going, I keep going. And yeah. And then I look at the world and I think to myself, hey, babe, don't do that, honey. No. See, he always wants to go out when there's thunder. No, sweetheart. No. You cannot go out. I am very sorry. Okay? Oy. No, sweetheart, you can't go out. I know. Find a hiding place. Oh. Yeah, well, there was a cat door, and the son-in-law just fixed it. It's not very secure. So Babe was pushing it, and I could see him pushing it right out of the window, so I had to get it out of the window and close the window. He does not like being inside when there's thunder. He always finds a place. I can't stand this. I'm really struggling now. We have an awful lot going on. We've got a lot of fires that are taking out people's homes. Still more flooding. And Biden drops out. What a surprise. Aren't you surprised? Aren't you surprised? I'm not surprised. Kamala Harris endorsed by Biden. Will it be Kamala Harris? People are saying They believe it's going to be Michelle Obama. Oh. Other people are saying it's Harris Newsom. Kamala Harris will pick Newsom, the governor of California. Wow, that's quite a ticket, huh? But really, what does it matter? It doesn't matter. When you have only one party, it doesn't matter. And unfortunately, one party, we're screwed. We are screwed. Do you want to go in here? You can go in here. Go ahead. It's okay. It's okay. You're not going to get hurt. All right? It's okay. It's okay. Come here. Might be a lot of cat calming during this video. He does not like thunder. Bookend, chill. Little one behind the toilet bowl. So, let me just say hello. Alicia and Tony Punch and Sandra and Agnes and Dawn E and Rage Against the Machine and Kim Blanchard and BMCC. Dawn E, I said hello. Jay Northrop, Rods, Silent Walk, Justin Wynn. Hello, hello. You're slowly adjusting to your new environment and roommates. Oh boy. Wow. Okay. I hope that works out for you. I really do. James B, Oracle 11, hello. Michael Mossberg, hello. And, oh, I can't get this. Rods, Denise Martinez, hello. Hypocrites Matrix, Trent Robb, Outlaw Biker, Sith Trish. Hello, everybody. Redhead, hi. Something to chew on, hi. Mike Luft, Shauna Howard, Andrew Cruz. I think I said hello, Analog, but if not, hello. The weather here is getting on my nerves, everything. You know, this is truly the hardest time I've ever had to live every day. Yeah, he is beautiful. Jay Wooms, hi. Neil, hi. So, Lori Rose, hello. And the rain and thunder, my having to get Delilah, she won't come from underneath the house. Yeah, tired. I haven't seen her. Saw her very, very super early this morning, and that was it. The heat of the day, wherever she goes, thunderstorms, she ain't going to show. And can't get into this house tomorrow, so yeah. Well, let's take a look at radar. Oh, pushing down. They're pushing down the supercells. Supercells. Texas. Alabama, Georgia. Florida. You had some damage in Florida last night. Straight line winds. It was by Jacksonville. Is it Jacksonville? I think it's Jacksonville. Look how, yeah. Which direction are we going in here? These are going west. These are coming down north. Hard to make heads or tails of what we're looking at here. That's when they have just so annihilated the jet stream, and they're pushing the air masses around wherever they want them to go. That's what we're left with. Wherever these nanobots want to go, they're going to go. Wherever artificial intelligence tells them to go, they're going to go. Look at Tennessee and North Carolina. South Carolina, they extinguish the supercell right on the border. Right on the border. But, you know, the supercell for sure portends destruction. But you can get destruction without looking at a supercell for sure. Let's refresh. Let's see. All right, there are no tornado alerts. That's good. But, oh, we've got active severe weather warnings for Alabama, Arizona, Maryland. Well, this is not looking good in Texas. It's not looking good in Georgia. It's not looking good up in, it's looking pretty severe. Wisconsin. Look at this. It's coming in from Minnesota, going into North, it's going down in Minnesota, and then it comes across the border and shoots on up in North Dakota. Yeah, that's Mother Nature. No, it's not. And we all know it. Supercells coming into Nebraska. There goes the thunder. All the windows are closed. I have all of my cats in. Then I head off, and I'm tired, man. I am so tired of doing everything alone. Really tired of doing everything alone and nothing working, like these live streams. That gets a little on your nerves as well. Mama Rages, hello. Oh, Jake M, hi. Already it's going. Already it's buffering.
Orders are in place as the Ridge Fire burns near Lake and Colusa County. The fire has now burned just under 2,500 acres and is about 10% contained. We're told at least 50 structures are being threatened at this hour. Look at the CAL FIRE's evacuation zone. The areas in red in Colusa County are under mandatory evacuations. Those are Wilbur, Hot Springs, to Bear Valley Road, Leesville Road, Walker Ridge Road, and the yellow area below is in area of Lake County under evacuation warnings. Right.
Fires are going off in an awful lot in Arizona, in California, in Oregon, BC, as we know. Evacuations taking place. This is the Ridge Fire, where they have been evacuated. It's interesting that these are all now grass fires. Fires coming from the ground, plasma fires, that's my estimation. Look at this. Or hell, it could be nanobots. Let's see, California wildfire. This is this rapidly growing ridge fire prompts evacuations. All right, so I couldn't get any new news, recent news on this fire.
We start tonight with breaking news. A fast-moving wildfire is burning near Colusa and Lake counties. The Ridge Fire started around 4:30 in the area of Walker Ridge Road and Highway 20. Take a look at your screen. CAL FIRE says the wind is causing this fire to spread quickly. It grew to nearly 200 acres in less than an hour. Look at all that smoke blooming. It's now up to 2,500 acres and dozens of structures are threatened right now. The Tulsa County Sheriff's Office issued several evacuation orders in the area. Caltrans says Highway 20 is fully closed east of Clear Lake at Route 53. Now we have a crew.
Oh boy. Residents lose homes in watch fire burning in Helena County. Can you hear the thunder with the windows closed? I'm seeing the lightning, I'm seeing the thunder. Yeah, man, this is every night now. Okay, this is in Arizona.
Watch this morning, people in another Arizona community waking up out of their homes as firefighters try to put out another wildfire.
So the watch fire is burning about 20 miles east of Globe on the San Carlos Reservation. Take a look at the map. We'll show you where the flames have spread. They are now covering a few hundred acres. We know evacuation orders are in effect, and unfortunately homes have been lost. So we need to get right out to Gibby, who is joining us live near San Carlos with the very latest. Gibby, more devastation this morning.
This is devastating. We're hearing up to 20 homes, at least 4 in this area. I want to show you something real quick. Take a look at this. There are several water hoses here, and the reason why is all the community members, when they saw that this was burning behind them, 4 homes here that are completely gone, they all brought their water hoses, connecting them together to do whatever they could to just help out. And as we keep on walking by, there are cars. There are at least 3, 4 different cars that are here that are burnt, 4 different homes that are out here. We caught up with the family who came back up this morning to look for their pets. They had lost pets here as well. They were not able to find their dog, but when we caught up with them, they had just found one of their cats that were out here. And that poor cat had its paws burnt. If you could see there from the video, the poor cat's paws were just burnt down. They end up finding a second cat, which was high up in a tree, just waiting for the owners to come home. But this is 500 acres, zero containment. It started yesterday afternoon. Fire crews trying to do the best they could and what they could with this. They're telling us that it's from the Peridot area all the way down. The homeowners we spoke with said that they thought they were free and clear because the fire had already gone past them, but they said that those high winds brought that fire back. They were actually in town when they got a call that their house was on fire.
I lost my house, I lost my cars, I lost my neighbors, everywhere around in the neighborhood. It's just gone. I just couldn't believe this fire took everybody's house. We don't know what to do, where we're going to go now. It's so heartbreaking.
You notice how the brush around the fire still standing, a whole lot of it untouched. All right, now we just watch. We just watch. We just watch people go down. Right? That to me is pure hell. It's pure hell. Not being able to do anything, you know, to help people. You just feel helpless. You feel, useless, you know. I can't stand it. And Ruidoso, okay, more flash flooding. Now, if you've seen my lives, you will know that Ruidoso, whoa, they had a marvelous fire that took out thousands of homes, New Mexico. And then, after that, they had evacuations due to flash flooding. And then they had evacuations due to flash flooding again. And here it is, again.
Meanwhile, the village of Ruidoso not getting a break. Many residents seeing another round of major flooding in this area. Fortunately, water levels appear to be going down. As of this morning, only 4 roads are closed off. That includes Cream Meadows Drive at Wiley and Hull Road. In the meantime, Paradise Canyon and Main Road are only open for residents. Now, the Ruidoso Downs racetrack was one of the area's most impacted. The flooding forcing officials to cancel races yesterday. And take a look. Video here shows water rushing over the road. A spokesperson for Ruidoso says the flooding was worse than some of the previous ones.
The water levels got to about 15.5 feet. And prior to today, the flood event, one of the previous flood events, it got to about 12.5. So this one was significantly more.
Wow, so scary out there. Officials with the down.
Yeah, it's scary out there. Rods, come on. You're right. Her car is burned up as her kid gets in a car in the background. Do you know whose car that was? What's the presumption there? The presumption is what? She's lying? Maybe her son borrowed a friend's car. Maybe that's her son's car. Her car got burned up. God, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Most shocking disaster in France, July 21. Well, these weather channels have a particular way of titling, and it probably works, to get a whole lot of views. But it's not most shocking. France has been hit over and over and over again with massive flooding.
Several areas in France, July 21, 2024. Dozens of homes was broken in Haute-Marne, where storms caused significant flooding.
I'm going to put the link in the chat. There you go. China. My God.
There is a major search and recovery operation underway. You can see the bridge behind me. It looks like it has literally snapped in half. We've seen emergency crews on the scene. There are more than 700 here. Earth-moving equipment. They've been at it since Friday night. So far, around about a dozen bodies have been discovered, but it's believed dozens of people are missing because more than 20 cars fell down when the bridge collapsed. There has been flooding across this region for the last week or so. Also in the province of Sichuan, China has had a very heavy flooding season from the southern part of the country. Now we're in the central western part of it. But there's a great deal of concern about the infrastructure in China. This isn't the first time a road or a bridge has collapsed during flooding. So many people are starting to question whether the infrastructure is up to the job or has China simply developed too fast in its rapid pace to develop roads, bridges and rail tracks across the country.
Or maybe China is using weather modification to bring an awful lot of the destruction that we are seeing, perhaps. Rods, don't tell me to take a breath, okay? The problem was your thinking, and then that thinking, the presumption, became public. Don't expect me not to respond to presumptions that I see coming out in the chat. Think about your thinking. Presumptions that we spit out hurt people because, generally speaking, they're wrong. But it says a lot about, how somebody thinks. So apparently there was a fire truck, this is in Dallas, shutting down a major highway both ways, and this fire truck, I should have listened. I was too busy today and too stressed and too upset to really pay attention to an awful lot. I should have listened to this again because I didn't get how this fire truck toppled over the highway.
Michelle, thank you. Let's get back to our breaking news that we're following this morning out of Dallas. Right now, all lanes are still shut down on the I-345 expressway. This is the stretch of road between 30 and Woodall Rogers. A fire engine actually fell off the bridge here and then onto the DART tracks below. We know 4 firefighters were rushed to the hospital. They're in stable condition right now, which is some good news. Now, we did send a crew out there to get a closer look. Here's some of the video from that crash site. You can see that engine just overturned on its side, falling from that overpass. Once again, those 4 firefighters inside are in stable condition. Very good news this morning. Crews still there on the scene. Right now, all traffic in this area, in those lanes, are totally shut down right now, and that could be the deal for quite some time this morning. So you're going to want to avoid.
Man, let's just say that there's an awful lot of people who are having to suffer the inconvenience, the frustration, interstates closing down, major highways and cities closing down. This is insane. Oh, rods, please. Yeah, you did. I don't know why you even wrote the comment. Imagine if this happened to you. Oh, the smart homes. Oh boy. Already, we've seen throughout the years, these people who are having, I guess, moving into these smart homes, how they get locked out of their own home and they can't get in because there's a malfunction. Listen to this.
Imagine, if you will, you're hungry. You've not eaten all day. You go to your Frigidaire and it's not letting you in. What? Yeah, a fridge that don't let you in, specifically a smart fridge. You know, these smart fridges with the big screens at the front of them. Well, you know this big global outage, Microsoft outage, that definitely wasn't any form of cyber attack or anything like that. It was just one of them silly little updates, wasn't it? Well, that's what they said. A silly little update kind of went wrong. Just took out all the airlines, took out a lot of the banks, took out restaurants, supermarkets, you know, all those eatery type places with all the food and what have you. Took out globally as well, yeah. Took them all out. If you went out, you, I'm sure, would have seen, you know, I went to the cafe the other day, a couple of days back when it first happened. Oh, we can't take any card payments. Where else was it? A garden centre. And that was, I think, just yesterday. So it's still feeling the effects a couple of days later. We'll come back to that anyway. Let's stick to the old Frigidaire. Yeah, big blue screen on the smart fridge saying, sorry. Well, it didn't say anything really. It's the blue screen of death, isn't it? Didn't let you in. Didn't let customers and didn't let people who own these smart fridges in to get their food. Because it's so smart, you see. Smart fridge, smart motorway, smart phones. This is just apparently touted by the media one of the biggest, if not the biggest, global outage from an IT perspective, infrastructure.
You can listen to the last minute. I'll post the link, but oh boy, smart. Go smart and eerie. And you can actually hear some of the speakers. I'm not going to play much of it because, again, I just couldn't concentrate today. So I'm going to be so. All right. Yeah, kind of knew this was going to happen. Click on the link and you can check it out. Dollar Tree report. Click on the link. to watch it, but apparently Dollar Tree, for some reason, is really dirty and has a lot of rats. I don't. And that's pretty, you have to understand who I used to be. It's very hard not having anybody in your life who actually knows who you used to be. I don't like that. But that's the way it is. I don't care. You know, I mean, it's all programmed. It's just playing the American public. But the obviousness of it all bothers me because people are not seeing what is clearly obvious. No, they don't see it. I've been showing videos for the entire live. So.
Serve the interests of US imperialism. Not even subtle. In the aftermath of 7th of October, Joe Biden used the bully pulpit of the US presidency to spread Israeli lies which were used to build a case for genocide. No one serious disputes that Hamas and other armed groups were guilty of war crimes on the 7th of October for which there is no defence. What Biden did is specifically spread lies about atrocities which did not happen. Let's listen to what Joe Biden said on the 11th of October, 4 days after the 7th.
I mean, Hey, I'll see you on tour in Las Vegas, Chicago, and Grand Rapids. In Chicago, it's stand-up and a live panel show. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and make sure you go to jimmydore.com. Mexico's deporting Americans back to the United States. Can't make this up. According to this tweet, anyway, undocumented Americans moving to Mexico for a lower cost of living is now causing inflation in Mexico.
Mexico is now deporting Americans back to the US because they're fed up. So recently, people in Mexico have been complaining because there's been an increased amount of Americans moving to Mexico without documentation. This has been causing inflation in Mexico since Americans usually don't pay any tax, and they pay in US dollars, so prices have been going up. Just in the past 60 days, there's been over 240,000 immigrant apprehensions, and over 7,000 of them have been deported so far. The reason people are fleeing from the US to Mexico is because they can't afford to live in America anymore, and in Mexico, the US dollar has a lot more value and can go a longer way. However, because of this, people in Mexico are also feeling like Americans have been colonizing in a lot of parts of Mexico, and for locals it's been a struggle since businesses have been naturally raising prices in response to this. People in Mexico are saying this is decreasing the quality of life over there, and everyone using pesos now having to pay more to buy anything.
I'll say this. Funny if it's true. Super ironic. Oh, you know how we love irony.
Mexico deports Americans, but actually it's Mexicans, the least number of the migrants are Mexicans. We've got an awful lot coming from other countries. Deport Americans. Okay. The great job listing hoax. We've got a job listing hoax. And I think in part, he comes up with other reasons, but in part it's to, let people believe that, oh boy, this is a great economy. Look, there's so many jobs out there, and they're fake. Just like everything else in this country. People would send me these Facebook marketplace rentals, fake, or the amount that they listed for rent, fake, much more expensive. Everything is fake. Just gonna hang there? Oops, sorry. Yeah, a lot of people are really hurting. A lot of people are really hurting. It's what we do. Just watch people go down. All right, the link is in the chat. You can watch. You know, he actually came up with. Oh, it's buffering. Okay, well. Oh, Christ. What the hell am I doing? But it seems to buffer just for some people and not everyone, which is really weird. Isn't that weird? But I saw it buffering me, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, so Savvy Sebs. Shocking report, you cannot afford to live in your state. I love this because I was going to play quite a bit. Buffering. It's buffering me really bad. It's buffering. So I don't know what to tell you anymore. This is a joke. I may not be able to do lives anymore.
To afford a 2-bedroom rental in Texas. Now, it'll also tell you minimum wage. If you make minimum wage in Texas, you need to work 154 hours a week to afford a 2-bedroom rental home. There's a couple of other ones I want to hover over before we get to the detailed states. Another one that I want to bring to your attention is Arizona. Arizona is 14th. You need to make $32.70 an hour to afford a 2-bedroom rental home in Arizona. Now, what's interesting about this is it's easy to look at this map and to say, well, all of the expensive states are going to be the blue states.
No, not necessarily true. And she's wondering, is it on a
second? We're going to get there. Okay. Here's the salaries to live comfortable in that state. This is wild, fam. So the highest salaries are dark brown. The lowest salary is a pale yellow. So peep this, fam. Washington State, you need to make over $106K. California, $114K. Arizona, $97K. Remember the word comfortable, not struggling. Okay, not struggle. Let's hop around. Texas, $87,000 a year. Kansas, $85,000 a year. Isn't this insane? North Dakota, $81,000 a year. Of course, we're going to hop over to the darker ones here. New York, $112K. Massachusetts, $116K. And I live here and I can tell you that's about right. That is about right, fam. Maine, $92K. Part of the problem that you run into with Maine is that there aren't a lot of high-paying jobs in Maine. That's part of the problem you're going to run into there, especially if you're not in Portland.
Wow, I didn't even have my mic on. Well, I was buffering anyway. But I was talking about how, Gregory Mannarino, he's not a clickbait. He doesn't do the clickbait titles. And he has been very, for the years that I've watched him, this is my observation. When a whole lot of people were, the economy is crashing, the economy's going down, he was like, no, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. Now, every day, I see his titles and I'm like, okay, get ready. Get ready. It's just too easy and millions will die. Okay. So, all hell breaks loose in the next few months. Danielle DiMartino, and if you don't know who Danielle DiMartino is, she worked for the Fed for 9 or 10 years, and she is absolutely one of those who's very, and she tells it like it is. And she said, we've been in recession, which is what I've been saying as well. Now, I am obviously not a financial expert. My empty home. No, it's not my home. But, all you have to do is just pay attention to the unemployment rate that is, now they're claiming it's 4.2, I think. Other people in finance are putting it up as high as 27%. Okay? So we have a real problem there. The economy, Americans who believe lies are far more dangerous than the liars. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. They are far more.
What's going on with this outage situation? And he didn't get back with me.
Nope. All right. The link is in the chat. September is what, 5 weeks away? A whole lot is going to be taking place before the election. A whole lot is going to be taking place after the election. We're screwed. We are screwed. That's why it's so important to have people who will, that you can rely on, that you have community, that you have family. And we're so broken. We are just a broken people. And we've allowed ourselves to be broken. We've allowed it. At some point in adulthood, people have to take a look at themselves in the mirror and, do the work necessary so that they can clear up all of their baggage, resolve it, and become better people, and to reverse the social engineering and the, get out of that indoctrination. As long as people are comfortable, they don't do a friggin' thing. And there's an awful lot of people who are comfortable, but they claim not to be. Please, please, I am so sick of hearing from those people. Oh, you're not comfortable? Really? A house that was paid for by your uncle's inheritance. Your mother dies, you get an awful lot of money. So you put, a new roof on, you do this, you're getting state benefits for that. You are comfortable. Speaking to one person in particular. You're very comfortable. But of course, you have to play the victim. Like you're not comfortable. It's really, wow, are we just really screwed up? So screwed up. And then there's an awful lot of people who just, well, it's going to happen to all of us. It could happen to me tomorrow. But it hasn't. It hasn't. So recognize that. and acknowledge that. There's a big difference between those who have lost it all and those who are still sitting pretty. Recognize how you're sitting pretty so that you can respond appropriately to those who haven't, who are no longer sitting pretty and are freaking out. It's important.
Until today, because he didn't have the information yet. But I got a whole list of stuff that you're going to want to hear from front to back that I had to write down in the conversation we just got off the phone with. He said the military source that he was talking to, which is a military advisor, he said they are accelerating their plans, and in September they expect to see
link. The link is in the chat. You can listen to it. But he talks about how Russia is building bases in Mexico. Wow. Maybe they're getting us back with all of our bases surrounding Russia. If that's true, the mainstream media really is hiding that from the American public. I don't like anonymous sources, and that's where a lot of the information comes from. But I wouldn't be surprised at all. Nothing's going to play. You may not get a paycheck this month. Debt is the greatest danger to be feared. All right, the link is in the chat. But he actually talks a lot about that interview with DiMartino. Breaking: President Biden endorses VP Harris after withdrawing from 2024 race. Who gives a flying? Do any of you care? I don't care. Yeah. A whole lot of people who are Trumpers are so glad, oh good, Biden, he did such destruction to our country. Yeah, well, he didn't, but those behind him did. You think Trump is going to bring us into Disneyland? My God. Actually, I posted a video on Never Lose Truth. Trump supporters, flip on your brain's critical thinking switch and listen to the full video, link below. And I'm tired, link below. Right there is the link. And people are asking, where is the link? I get a little frustrated. I do. I get frustrated with people. Link below. Oh, there it is. You don't even have to press more. You don't have to press more. The deep state mafia. Okay, so let's see if this plays.
Pennsylvania. I mean, it's curious to me how many of those Trump supporters were there who, when they were filing their emails back and forth and getting their information about arriving at the rally, no bags, or here's the list of information from the Trump campaign. How many of those people have been profiled and are now in a database that is backed by Palantir in some capacity, and they have no idea that they're probably labeled as such, and it's mind-boggling to me. So all of these Trump supporters go in to support President Trump. They don't realize that in the back end, the money that's flowing in has been monitoring them and surveilling them and basically labeling them as subversives to the United States.
Yeah, well, again, we don't know the metrics that the Palantir or intelligence agencies use to determine who is a subversive and who isn't. But if in 2008 it had 3 million Americans on it, I can assure you that now in 2024 it is much larger.
Right.
You can't listen, you can't watch. The link is in the chat. And the full video is well worth listening to. and circulating because all of, the Democrats talking about how he's Hitler and he's a fascist and he's a Nazi and neo-Nazi and, they're trying to save democracy. We understand that all of that is just bullshit. And, well, it's not bullshit, but it's not like the Democrats are. You see the mess we're in? It is utter madness. Insanity has just spread all over this country. It's very hard to even rationally talk about what's going on. All right. But it will be Trump. And a whole lot of Trump supporters will be rah-rah. Martial law. To protect me, I'll bow down to you, Trump. Take away my guns, I'll bow down to you, Trump. It's all for our protection. I mean, there's so much about Trump that I've posted and posted and posted, and I have a Trump playlist on Never Lose Truth. The idea that I'm a whole lot of people just, and it's amazing to read the comments. You put something, that was my title. It's time to flip on the critical thinking switch, Trump supporters, and recognize who he really is. And then, people are saying that he loves America. It's obvious that he loves America. And I'm like, he loves money. Loves America. But you know what else is also very upsetting? Americans don't have any standards. They have no moral standards. That's what I've recognized. Now, I don't know you, maybe you do. But let's just say, on the whole, of course, right? They have no moral standards. They don't care if people lie to them. They don't care. They're so programmed in the country, the people of the lie country, to just, the president of the United States, and then people are justifying his response to the pandemic, Operation Warp Speed. Well, it was the experts that he had advising him. It was their fault. He was the president of the United States, right? He's supposed to know. Oh, they gave him bad advice, and a whole lot died. And a whole lot had their lives destroyed and have to suffer living all of the disabilities that they have from that Operation Warp Speed. Oh, it was his experts. Has he ever come out and said anything about all of the people who died? Don't tell me he doesn't know. Of course he knows. Has he ever? No. But for some reason, people aren't upset about that. Rah, rah, Trump. It was he who said, about the mass shootings. And he's all in for the biometric screening. He's all in for the bioengineered foods. 5G, roll it out, giving major corporations all the power, usurping the power of local government. Wherever you want to roll it out, go ahead. None of that matters to anybody? To the Trump supporters? That's pretty amazing. No wonder we're living a fucking nightmare. Oh, man. I don't even know what to say. I just feel like, you know, I'm living idiocracy. Americans, on the whole, just, it's like they're characters in Idiocracy. And those who seem normal get to talking to them and you realize they're not. People don't know how to get along anymore. Damaged society. I'll post the link. You know, I like to listen to just, you know, these ordinary people. I see the buffering that's taking place, and so I'm really now talking to myself.
Like, the few humans that I get along with the most are people who understand the ways of this world, how things actually are, how things must be. And there's just so many underdeveloped individuals who do not get life. The world has a spiritual drought. Like it's amongst humanity, bro. There's a spiritual drought in this world. People don't know how to get along no more. People don't know how to connect on a spiritual level anymore and really be connected. People don't get it. It's not hard. It's just that people are so psychologically disturbed.
Exploded with all of the bombs and then the bombing of the oil fields in Yemen, and then the Houthis blowing up an American ship, and it looks like things are getting out of control, but let's see. Proud of the ruins of Gaza. We've got an awful lot of psychopaths and an awful lot of evil people. And yes, in my brain, I do good, evil. Not Jew, not Christian, not black, not white. Good and evil. Because that's what we have in all categories of human beings. It's getting very cold in here because I haven't touched the air conditioning and I have no clothing here. So somebody in the chat asked, why don't you have any furniture? Because the move has happened. I'm waiting on a cat to bring over. And I just hope the thunder stops so that that cat might be able to come up and I can take it. And oh my God, I really hope that this cat is okay. And the reason why it will be in my room, because the cat is friendly with all of my cats. None of my life is gone. Nothing about my life. I'm a dog person, so now I have cats. Okay, I'm in Arizona. I should be at least on the East Coast. There are times when I just feel like everything is so surreal and I don't even know what I'm living anymore. I don't know what I'm living. Like, did someone just kind of come in and take away my life and just put my body into some other life? And yeah. I'm nervous about this place. It's not, it's for other reasons, but right now I'm just focusing on getting my registration, getting my car fixed, and the subscriber in Ecuador wants me to get a passport and then take it from there. But I'm telling you, this is getting too much. And yeah, these lives suck. You know, I can't keep doing this, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'll keep going until, you know, I figure something out. What's to figure out? I have nothing to work with, so there's nothing to figure out. Buffering. Buffering. Israeli settlers attack foreign volunteers in the West Bank.
My right leg is toast.
Today we were in the olive fields when a group of 8 settlers from the nearby settlement came by. They were carrying metal pipes and wooden sticks. There were 6 women in the group as well, and it did not matter to them. They started attacking, beating us all with the sticks and metal pipes, and they were throwing rocks as well at us. I was attacked on my legs, on my arms, and here on my jaw.
You know, this is what the local Palestinian people are facing every day. It's ridiculous. We are 6 women, some of us mothers, and they just hit us. We don't have any weapons. We were not doing anything but walking. So it's ridiculous. This is an illegal occupation. The settlers are criminals and they need to leave.
Yeah, these Israeli settlers, a lot are Americans, think they have the absolute right to beat the shit out of people, to just, you know, take over their land, take over their homes. Oof. Well, that's how our country started. Tel Aviv deals with aftermath of drone attack on Israel. I'm sure a lot of you know about that already, right? Yeah, very real. How did that happen? Drone attack, kamikaze, going into Tel Aviv? What about that dome, the Iron Dome? What if you didn't? Oh, I think maybe you wanted the war to expand. Right. I can't do this. It's 6:50, so where did Carol move to? I didn't find a place. I'm just being shuffled along. You know, I don't find places. I have to rely on subscribers to, you know, make an offer. There's nothing that I can find. And what's really interesting is that a whole lot of people think I shouldn't have any feelings about everything that has happened from subscribers. Don't be angry, don't talk about it, don't do this, don't do that. There was a place in Wyoming near Mike Decker. There was nothing I could do because of the depletion of the GoFundMe. There's been nothing I can do. But I have to just put on that face and never really talk about everything that has happened. Why is that? Why is that? Why do Americans have to pretend that they're okay? Always. When things are so not okay, and we know that millions are not okay, what's that about? Why do you have to pretend you're okay? Why do you have to shut up? when you have faced people who have literally over and over and over again made your circumstances worse and worse. Why is that? I just wish people were more real. You know, so a whole lot of people, I saw a comment in this live, something about how, you know, the evil people will have their moment of comeuppance or whatever. That's my paraphrasing. No, they won't. No, they will not. They'll just keep destroying people. It's up to us to hold people accountable. Yeah, I am talking to myself. It's the hardest part about this. Anyway, thank you for showing up. We'll see what happens tomorrow.